welcome to my 25-week pregnancy update. This week Theo is the size of a prairie dog, and yeah, as usual, time is going by quickly now. He's big. He's like 35 centimeters long, which is longer than like a normal size ruler, at least the ones we use here, and it's just, I don't know, it's weird. Also, I'm kind of confused when it comes to the second and third trimester when they actually switch over, because I read in some places that it's from week 28 that the third trimester starts, but then someone said week 25, so I really don't know, but we're getting closer to trimester 3, definitely, and that's exciting too. Unfortunately, I have some not very fun symptoms that have started this week or have gotten worse this week. And first off, we have heartburn. Heartburn has kicked in really badly this week, especially in the evenings. It's not fun, and basically I can't eat anything after dinner because it only makes it worse, and I am so bad at that because I love snacking in the evenings. So yeah, it's also, headaches are back, not every day, but more than before. So yeah, that's a bummer too, but whatever. What are you gonna do? I mean, pills still don't really work on them, so I usually just don't do anything. I just try to ignore it as much as I can and just go on with my day. But I have also noticed this week that I am constantly tired. So fatigue is back too, I guess. A lot of stuff is back this week. I fall asleep, I mean, today and yesterday and the day before, I think, I have fallen asleep several times a day during the day. I can't stay awake. I can't keep myself awake. And it's frustrating. And then at night when I wake up to pee, I sometimes have a hard time falling asleep again. So that's annoying too. I'm like, sleep during the night, dang it. I don't know, but it's, yeah, definitely I need more sleep than normal, that's for sure. I will go into this more in a little bit, but I have started taking more iron, and that has also started kind of, not total constipation, but definitely something like it. It's just, I guess, semi-constipation, and it's not fun, and it's annoying, and also gas have started a lot too this week, so lots of not so fun symptoms, like I said. But I think that's it, at least that I can come up with right now. As for my weight, I now weigh 69.6 kilos, which is about a pound up since last week, and I'm fine with that. Anything below 2 pounds is good for me now, so I'm not gonna complain. So yeah, I've gained a bit, but not too much. And when it comes to baby buys or pregnancy buys, I've actually bought some compression stockings or compression socks, because they might help me with my dizzy spells. I actually haven't even taking them out of the package yet, so I need to do that, and I need to start using them and see if it helps. I just have forgotten, but I got them at least, so that's a good start. So we'll see. Hopefully they can help me a bit so that I don't get so lightheaded and dizzy and stuff, but we will see. I will keep you updated once I start using them. And now for my midwife's appointment that I had last week. We went over a few things, and I had lots of questions for her, so I'm just gonna kind of talk quickly, as quickly as I can, about some things that we started talking about. And one is what I mentioned before, which is iron. She took some blood. She took a blood test, and it showed that my iron levels are going down. So she said, you definitely need to start taking iron every day. I took it every other day, or sometimes every third day before, but that's not enough, so now I'm taking it every day, and like I said, that has also brought some constipation, but anything for the babies. We also took my blood pressure, which I was very interested in since I have been having more dizzy spells, but the weird thing is it has not gotten lower. It's actually gone up again to what I had at the beginning of the pregnancy, so I don't know what's going on with the dizziness and stuff, but at least my blood pressure is good now, so that's good. The last thing we talked about was movement tracking. This is something that I find kind of interesting, because when I watch American bloggers and when I look at like web pages and apps and stuff from America. They definitely tell you to count kicks or count movements from week 25, I think it is, 24 or 25, and to do that every day to make sure that baby is still moving kind of the way it normally is. So I asked her about it, and she said, oh yeah, we have this new program, and she gave me a folder that I still haven't read, but she gave me some info on, I think it is a study that they're doing, so I can decide if I want to be in it or not. And basically what you do is you take 10 minutes out of your day and you just count kicks, I think. And also throughout the day you kind of try to pay attention to if the baby is moving at the pattern that it usually keeps, because obviously they start having like a routine and a rhythm, and she said that any changes could be a cause for concern. And I asked her about it because I don't remember anyone saying anything about that when I was pregnant with Tyrion, and she said, oh yeah, this is very new, they haven't wanted to do this in Sweden for some reason. I don't know, I didn't really understand her, but they just have not thought that it was necessary, or didn't want, I guess maybe they didn't want women to constantly call to the midwives and stuff and get worried about this kind of stuff, because they're overworked already. I really don't know, but yeah, so I got that little pamphlet thing. I'm gonna read it, and what's he called? Theo. Theo moves a lot, but that's also good, because that means that I'm gonna notice very quickly if he doesn't move, because I'm just used to him pretty much every hour showing me that he is alive and well in there, so that's very reassuring and very nice. And that is all the like important stuff that I talked about with my midwife. And now, last but not least, I thought that I would talk about my birth plan again, and today I want to talk about pain relief. I just wanted to kind of quickly go through the things that they offer here in Sweden, or at least at the hospital where I'm giving birth. I'm not sure if it's the same in the entire country, but I know pretty much what they offer you during delivery, when you give birth here in Stockholm, at least. So first off, we have the most common thing, which is laughing gas, or gas and air, I think it's called in Britain, maybe. And yeah, I have that with Tyrion. I'm definitely gonna have it with this baby as well. For me, it didn't really work for the pain. I didn't feel any pain relief, but it made me kind of forget to worry. It just calmed me. So yes, that's something that I'm gonna be asking for pretty quickly once I get to the hospital. And also epidural. That's also pretty common. As far as I understand, it's getting more and more common here in Stockholm, and maybe in Sweden in general too. And I know that there are downsides to epidurals, but I am super scared of pain, and I have this, like I've talked about before, I have this anxiety about giving birth. So just the thought of the epidural gives me a bit more calm, and it worked very well with Tyrion and everything. So in Sweden they give you, I think it's kind of different how the epidural works in Sweden compared to America, which is, I know I always talk about America, but that's because kind of that's the reference I have. And I know over there a lot of women kind of lose all their feeling in their lower body, and they can't move around and stuff, and that's not how they do it in Sweden. It happens sometimes, I guess, but it's not what they want. I think it's even called like standing up epidural, or walking epidural, or something like that. They make sure that you can still move around and stuff. So I don't know where I was going with that, but I feel very comfortable with getting the epidural, so that's what I'm gonna do. What else? They also have this pudendal nerve block. I don't know if that's how it's pronounced, but that's the translation that I found. It's called something different in Swedish. And I got that as well with Tyrion. It's for the very last stage of delivery, when you actually start pushing, and I don't know if it helped, honestly, because that was so painful, because at that part the epidural doesn't work, and I don't know if that's different too from America, but at least in Sweden, the way they do it here, once you get to that stage of pushing the baby out, the epidural doesn't really take. So that's when the pain started for me, and they did give me the pudendal nerve block, but I don't know how much it worked, because yeah, it was quite painful. But I guess it's supposed to be. So those are the 3 things that I am getting this time, and also the things that I got last time. But also, let's see, what they can give you that I don't want is acupuncture, and I don't know if that's something that you can demand, or if it's just at some times when there's someone at the hospital who can do it and they have time, that they might be able to do it for you. But I am afraid of needles, so no acupuncture from me. Also baths. I don't think I was offered a bath when I was when I was at the hospital to deliver Tyrion. They might have asked me, but I can't remember. But I have friends who gave birth at the same hospital, and they got to go in the bath, so I know they have some. So I guess that's also depending on how many women they have in at the time and how many are using the baths and stuff, because they don't have one in every room. They have specific rooms for that. So that's something that I might be able to, or might be interested in. I don't know. I'm just gonna have to feel my way once I'm there, so we'll see. And they have tents, which is I haven't tried it, and I never will, because I think it sounds so scary. But it's some kind of machine that kind of gives you shocks, and those shocks are supposed to, I guess the pain from the shocks are supposed to kind of divert your brain so that it doesn't feel the pain from the, what's it called? Contractions. I actually had to ask Michael. I was like, I'm blanking on this. What the heck is it called? The contractions. It's supposed to divert the brain from the contractions so you don't feel them as much. And I'm not going to do that. And the same goes for, let's see, sterile water injections. My camera just started, or stopped filming, I mean. I hope I got all of that. But what was I saying? Yeah, sterile water injections. This is something that I also think sounds terrifying and horrible. Apparently they like inject water in your back, I think, somewhere like under the skin in your back, and it stings and burns and hurts like hell for a few minutes, and then it's supposed to give you pain relief for like an hour or 2, and I think that's supposed to work the same way as TENS, that your body kind of diverts to that pain instead. So you don't really feel the contractions as much. That just doesn't sound like anything that I would be interested in, so no thank you. But they still have them, and I think that's all of the pain relief things that they offer, as far as I know. And now you know what they offer here, and what I will be asking for, and what I will be writing into my birth plan. And now it's time for the belly shot. So here is the belly from the front. I'm wearing a lot of gray today. But here's the front, and from the side. And the other side. Yeah. Please like this video if you liked it, and subscribe if you want to see more of our daily vlogs, and we will see you tomorrow. Hej då!